Hello everyone. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn. It is Wednesday, and today I'm talking about something that I'm really passionate about. I am talking about the dreaming doing gap, the gap between dreaming and doing, and what you need to do to bridge it. So I'm really passionate about sharing this because I think it's something a lot of people really get stuck on and find themselves either on one polarity or the other. So if you are in love with meditation and visualization and journaling and creating and finding yourself, but you're not really able to manifest that what you're desiring, or if you're on the flip side, you're doing all the work, you're exhausting yourself morning till night, and you don't seem to be getting ahead and you're not really satisfied and fulfilled in your life, this is for you. So let me know where you guys are coming in from. Let me know in the chat. I would love to hear that. And if you know, I know some of you do know me, some of you don't. For our new members, I'm Larissa McCouch. I am Master Results Coach, Trainer, and Truth Seeker, and CEO of Abundance Academy. And I help successful entrepreneurs radically transform their life and business to create the time, the money, and the freedom that they dream of, deserve, and desire with ease, with joy, and with flow. And our company mission is to positively impact more than 1 billion people across the globe and bring a brighter future for all. So I want to just share a little bit about where I came from in terms of relating to this topic. Okay, we're talking about bridging the gap between dreaming and doing. Now, I grew up just going through the motions of life. I didn't really know how to have goals. I just assumed I would go to university, I would do certain things. I didn't think I had to come up with anything. I just assumed I would follow the rules, right? I lived in a bit of a box. I followed the rules. I'm just going to turn my phone on. And that was that. I didn't really expect to think. And so I did have, however, really good work ethic. So I put my nose down and I got to work. In high school, I used to work 3 jobs. In university, I had 3 to 4 jobs at all times. I didn't have to work. However, I just felt obligated to always stay busy, to pack my days, to pack my schedules. And I didn't really know how to think outside this box. Now, I started getting really curious about others who were speaking on big stages, who were writing books, who were on podcasts, who were on talk shows, and they were doing cool business deals and they were doing real estate deals and essentially achieving a level of success that I didn't even know I could potentially achieve. However, I was really curious about how they did it and I kept studying them. I'm like, well, let me learn about them. It's not for me, can't do it for me. Cancel that. But I was so curious and I just wanted to learn more. So I started studying, I started training, I started spending time on all the wrong things. Okay. I was looking at this stuff just out of curiosity, but I never had the guts to apply it to myself. So I would rush through things that I was doing. I would do them just to get them done. I would add to a huge, massive to do list that was really, really long. And people were like, Larissa, you're so successful. You're doing so many things. You're such a go getter. And it's like, great. I didn't really have a purpose to it. I just wanted to stay busy because I was so uncomfortable staying quiet. I was so uncomfortable having to look inside myself that I kept putting everything out on other people. My attention went to other people. And so I heard over time, because I started really diving into personal growth, I heard this idea of dreaming and getting clarity. And I'm like, yeah, I'm clear. I just thought clarity meant I know where I'm at in my life. And initially, that clarity was let me get clarity on where I'm at. So I would ask myself really shitty questions, really bad questions like, what's wrong with me? What do I need to fix about myself? I keep doing so much. Why am I not getting ahead? These people are doing so much. What do I need to do to get there? Like how, and I didn't have a clear intention and I was asking myself bad questions. So cancel all those questions. Let me know, like raise your hand if you can relate to some of this where you've seen success in others, you may not think it's for you and you just ask yourself really bad questions along the way, okay? I think it's something a lot of us can relate to because deep down inside I knew I was capable of so much more, yet I was lost and the clarity I was getting was in the wrong area. And when the more time I spent in this area of personal growth, the more people I started to see were doing really cool things. I started spending time with higher and higher achievers. And eventually, through mentorship and a few big wake up calls, I realized that my focus was totally in the wrong place. And the me that I was trying to fix was actually perfect on the inside. And when I started really embracing this idea of dreaming, it totally took a new form because it encouraged me to look deep, deep, deep inside myself and actually start owning my truth, actually start finding my truth, and start asking myself more empowering questions. That's a really key thing. Asking myself more empowering questions. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Susan. Yeah, let me know where you guys are coming in from, if anyone else is joining us today. And I think when it comes to achieving success and moving forward in life, okay, we need to do the what I'm calling the dreaming and the doing. Okay, so here's what you need to know. You need to do both the dreaming and the doing. And chances are you're better at one of those than the other. Okay. You might be conditioned to be better and stronger in one of those areas than the other. And if you're not exceptional at both, you can learn these skills. Okay. So this is important. You can learn these skills. Now, what is the dreaming? The dreaming is like, this is like a feminine energy. Okay. So this is a creative energy. This is your intuition. This is where you have your faith. This is where you can be calm and relaxed in the midst of chaos. You understand the law and how the universe works, and you understand how you work in it. And essentially, you're an observer, right? You're the allower. And this is the idea of just being. And if you think of a person that represents the dreaming or the just being, okay, Eckhart Tolle is beautiful. He's a male. However, he expresses this calmness, this essential ability of just being in the world. Okay. Now the contrast, the polarity is like the masculine. And this is the doing, and this is the fire, this is the passion, this is the drive, this is the action, this is picking yourself up when you fall over. And the contrasting personality is like Tony Robbins, right? And I think he's all about action and insight. And however, Eckhart, he does some doing. Tony does some dreaming and does some being. They may express it a little bit differently. However, there still needs to be an element of the opposite energy for these people to thrive in their world. Okay. And one thing I recently heard is just expressed in terms of who you are and what you are. You are a human being. And the word human it's like a human is 3D, right? You are 3D, you're in this physical world, and the physical implies the doing. The being implies the dreaming, the energy, the energetics, and it just existing. So it's like you in your body, in your world, are existing on planet Earth. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful way and perspective of looking at this. Okay, so a few keys to making the dreaming really effective. Okay, so even if you're a doer, you want to start dreaming. If you're a dreamer, you're going to start doing, but you want to just really look at what makes dreaming really effective and powerful. Okay, so you've got to dream in a relaxed physical state. You've got to do your dreaming in a relaxed physical state. Curiosity, get curious about yourself, get curious about who you are, get to know yourself better than anyone else. This is a huge aspect to self-image. We're doing a whole self-image series in the new year. Our clients are like, oh my goodness, self-image work is so phenomenal because it really helps you get at your core. Being in a beautiful state, living in that beautiful state, you want to spend more time in that positive energy. You want to notice your intuitive hits. So your intuition, it's speaking to you all day long. Bob Proctor says, prayer is when you speak to God. Intuition is when God speaks to you. And you want to speak to God, yet you want to get God's messages that are being sent to you on a silver platter. So you've got to listen to those intuitive hits and be quiet enough to do that. You want to spend time to get really crystal clear on your dreams, on your desires, on your intentions, on your goals. Okay, so crystal clarity. If you've got a notepad, dreaming equals lots of crystal clarity. It's not just pie in the sky, random sitting around doing nothing. It's actually very focused, intentional work. And when you get crystal clarity and you try on the clarity you think you have to make sure it is a good fit for you and a good fit for your soul, that's where the fireworks go off and where the magic happens. That's where you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, before it even manifests in the physical world, if this is the right thing for you, if this is the right decision for you, if this is the right direction for you. And get crystal clear through your dreaming. Okay, you want to study yourself, study the law, study how the universe and the world works, so you never lose faith in what you're setting out to do. Okay, so dreaming is all about embracing the faith. Now, the polar opposite, the doing, things to make the doing more effective. You've got to take immediate action on your intuitive hits. Okay, so you get your intuitive hits by dreaming. You've got to take the action that you get from the dreaming by doing. This is so key. So often we have an idea and we're like, oh, I'll write it down. Oh, I'll do it later. No, you've got to tell the universe you're serious and get to work and do what you are inspired to do. Okay, so inspiration is so key. Okay, so intuitive hit happens from dreaming. The doing happens from doing. So take immediate action on your intuitive hits. Speed of implementation is key. Now, notice how the dreaming is tied right to the doing. Another thing is, because you've got clarity from the dreaming, you need to make you're crystal clear from the dreaming. You need to make quick, fast, and definite decisions. Okay, decision making is so key. So you dream, you know what you want without a shadow of a doubt, and then you make decisions in alignment with that. So you make quick decisions, you make definite decisions, and the good thing is you can change them if you make a mistake. However, you've got to be willing to make the decisions. So that's a really big aspect of doing. And while you're in this state, while you're in your life, while you're in the dreaming, you're noticing your feelings, you're noticing the good things, and there are going to be things that fuel you forward and pull you back. And so there are going to be things that are a distraction for you, a distraction of time, a distraction of resources, a distraction of energy. And it's your job to notice what's a distraction in the dreaming phase and do something about it in the doing phase. So you're going to need to change what needs to be changed in your life to get the desires that you have. So a key element of doing is noticing what needs to be changed and making the actual changes. This might mean saying no to certain people. This might mean changing who you spend time with. This might mean changing some of your daily routines and your daily practices in work, in business, and in life. And so it's so key to actually make sure there's that link. It's like, okay, I dream about this. This is my picture. What's different? And if it's not in alignment with your picture, you do the doing to make the changes in your life. Okay. So that might mean saying, not checking your messages. I have a client I'm working with, and she is really stressed and she has some beautiful goals. However, she keeps getting pinged all day on her phone, on her computer, and she's bombarded with messages, working really late into the night and sacrificing her health for it. Well, one change, because her, as her goal achieved, is not someone that's reacting to everyone and being at their beck and call. One thing that we're doing is she literally turned off the sound notifications, turned off the visual notifications from everything coming in. And she's blocking certain times to check her messages so she can, yes, be responsible to get back to people, and also keep herself and her energy aligned so she can be at the best service possible for those she works with. Okay, so changing what needs to be changed. That might mean also creating the physical and mental space to do it with, to achieve your goal in a calm and confident manner. So that might also look like taking time in your calendar to meditate or take a nap in the afternoon. Okay. Go visualize, go for an afternoon walk. Do things at certain points in your day to refuel you so that you can allow your dream to take form. Do you have time blocked off in your day to come back to your dream so you can really align your energies and continue serving consistently? Okay. So, another aspect of doing is filling yourself with premium fuel. That's listening to good audios, that's listening to great information, that's studying good books, that's studying beautiful podcasts, listening to recordings like this, filling your body with premium fuel. So, are you eating healthy foods that nourish you and fuel you, or are you eating foods that deplete you? Right? Do you start your day with a croissant and a coffee and get a crash right away? Or do you start your day with good fats, good proteins that keep you going and keep you energized? So, filling your body and filling yourself with premium fuel. What are you doing to fuel your soul? What are you doing to fill that desire? Okay, really, really key. Now, essentially, the bridge is the bridge is you've got there's my alarm again. The bridge is really an unconscious thing. This is something that once you embed this dream in your mind and you begin taking action on it consciously, this bridge is going to take you into an unconscious state. Okay, so one of the things that really does this unconsciously and beautifully is your feelings. And so when you notice your feelings consciously in the dreaming state, when you keep doing the doing and checking in on your feelings in the doing state, this is a huge, huge key that's going to amplify your results. So, bridging the gap is actually taking what you're doing in your dreaming and bringing it into your physical world in the doing. Taking the dreaming, bringing it in through the doing while being in spirit, while feeling really good about yourself, and while living your goal, living your life with it fulfilled. It's so, so key. And so this might be a little bit unfamiliar. I know when I first started this was highly unfamiliar to me. I had to see many mentors and many coaches, many guides to take me along my path so I could start feeling really good about myself and I could start empowering myself to empower others. Now, Olympic athletes, if you look at them, they don't just decide to go out without guidance. Neither should you. Not as a business owner, not as a mother, not as a wife, not as someone that is achieving something beautiful in her community. And so you want to let go of that vicious independence. This is a term I learned from Dr. Kim Redmond during my neurolinguistic programming training. Don't do it alone. You've got to do the work. However, you need to reach out to resources. So don't do it alone. Reach out to a community so that you can do the doing, right? We talked about dreaming and doing. Dreaming is that feminine energy, that passion, that daydream that you come back to strategically, that you come back to energetically, and the feelings that you get, translating them into the doing that you're doing, taking action on that which you desire, and doing it with passion, doing it with elegance, and doing it with grace. You need both. The doing is the masculine energy, the being, the dreaming is the feminine energy, and you've got to have both wherever you are in your life. So that's what we talked about. That is what we talked about. And I want you to really step into both sides of this and let me know, are you a better dreamer or are you a better doer? So share that in the chat. I really want to know, are you a better dreamer or are you a better doer? And which one do you need to work on more? Which one do you want to step into a little bit more? Ultimately, you were put on this earth to unleash your potential, unleash your abundance and greatness. And there is nothing stopping you but yourself. There is nothing stopping you but the limitations you may create for yourself. And so set your limitations aside because you are born for magnificence. And there is nothing more than we would love to do than to help you. So Susan's a doer. Zilka's a doer. Lori is a dreamer. Good. Okay. So both are important. It's important you know where you are. So I want you to challenge yourself to do one thing, to do a little bit more today in the opposite polarity so that you can start tuning into that and bridging your gap with the superpower. Yes, Lori, that's why we're working together. Absolutely. So if anyone here is looking for more assistance, if you guys want more help to really figure out where you're at and what some of the roadblocks and the gaps are for you in order to take your next step forward, I want you to reach out to us. We can have a complimentary discovery session and just really strategize around what you need to do specifically to move you forward. Okay, so there's great general concepts. However, this is not a one size fits all formula. It looks very different to each and every single person. And so that is what I'm offering to you. So reach out to us. We're going to pop a link where you can book a call in the chat, or go to the link in my bio. There is a link to book a strategy session from there. So you guys have yourselves a beautiful day. Enjoy dreaming for the doers, enjoy doing for the dreaming, and I will see you guys again next week.